Hey, is that Barbara? Welcome to my memberships. There's a really, really big boat coming. Let's look at it. Followed by another yacht. I wonder if this is one of those super yachts. All I can say is good morning, the world from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the Intercoastal Waterway. Good morning, Tamra. So it's the start of our week. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Good morning, Jeannie. It's quite overcast here in Fort Lauderdale, but that's okay because it's cool and breezy and beautiful, actually. I hope it doesn't rain. Okay, that's super yacht. Okay, we can look this one up. It's called Acquisition. Check it out. And this is the capital of the super yachts here. Fort Lauderdale's Intercoastal Waterways sees some of the most amazing yachts I've ever seen in my life. And they're literally right in front of my face going down the Intercoastal. Super yachts. Acquisition. When I look up these super yachts, I find out the most amazing facts. Not just about the yachts, but about the people who own the yachts. So we'll have to look up Acquisition. Now this makes that yacht makes this yacht, which is quite beautiful and very large, but this looks like nothing next to that yacht. Am I right? Oh, how funny, the perspective. Acquisition versus what's this guy called? I can't quite read it. Can you guys read that? Can anyone see that name? Crazy. I love the water, Janet. I love the ocean. I love the Intercoastal Waterway. And I love Muffin, who's like, Mama, we get to go. I'm hungry. Poor little Muffin is hungry because she's taking this medication now that she cannot eat. Come here, baby. She cannot eat an hour after she takes this meds. So it's really really annoying and a tough time for us. So I have to get her occupied with something for an hour after I give her this pill that I can't even give her. I gotta crush it first. I feel like I am playing Twister with dog meds. But you know what? I'll do anything, absolutely anything, that my baby is healthy and happy. She's 16 years old. Turn the camera around so you can see her pretty face. She's 16 years old, and I'm doing everything I can to keep her going. The vet recently told us that she has fatty liver, and this is like suddenly, all of a sudden, she's got these bad blood work numbers. So I'm doing everything I can. I've got meds going round the clock, don't we, Muff? I know, sweetheart. I got very concerned the other day. First, I took her for her wellness check and found out that she had lost a pound in 6 months, which for someone who really started out weighing 8.5 pounds, going down to 7.5 is not a good thing. So the veterinarian said that her numbers were bad and she needs all these she's taking these supplements, and then a couple days after that she threw up, and instead of it being yellow bile, it was tinged with blood. So that's when we went to the emergency vet, who gave us even more meds, and all I can say is she's been good lately. Ever since that one morning with the bloody vomit, she's not done anything like that. And she does seem to be feeling fine. She's got to be on gabapentin all the time now, which I hate because it does kind of slow her down. You know, baby. But she's such a good dog. And I'll do everything I can, like I said, to keep her happy and healthy. Right, Muff? She's blind in one eye. She just saw her eye doctor who said she looks really good. And even though she's blind in one eye, she's still able to get around very well. Right, Muff? She's so precious. Hi, Cheryl. I know you guys love Muffin. You probably love her as much as I do. She certainly has her fan base. Let's look at her. She's very, very special. So we're at the pool this morning, trying to hang out. I'm gonna put her down. There you go, baby. Walk around, maybe make a poopy for mama. Get my shades back on, because even though it's overcast, it's still kind of bright out here. Anyway, thank you for your love and your good wishes. And look what's behind me, the American flag. So are you guys still on your high after our great win? Was that last week? It seems like it just never ends, right? I don't know. I'm so glad that the election is over. And now I'm looking forward to my big birthday party book launch, which is I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes in my life. That not just that President Trump won, that makes a huge difference, but also that I have published my second book. And it's more than just my second book. Do You Think About Me on My Birthday is the book of my heart. And it's my story about being adopted. And I have been trying to get this story out for 40 years because what happened to me when I was a teenager as the result of my adoption is pretty crazy. And I really had a lot of issues growing up because of being adopted. So thank you, Tamara, and thank you guys who have already read the book. You are part of my launch team just by having been readers of my book. So I love to see you on here because I want to talk about the book. But before we get into that, I realize that I have to introduce myself pretty much every day to all the new followers I'm getting because thanks to YouTube, I am bringing in about, according to my stats at this point, 800 new subscribers every month. What? 800 new subscribers, that is such a breath of fresh air because over on Facebook, they had me shadow banned. I was losing followers and then I would post something and every time somebody would be on, wow, where have you been? I haven't seen you in such a long time. And it's like, I post every day. That's frustrating. It's really hard to do all this work and then realize that nobody's even looking. But Trey's looking now, so thank you, Trey. Thank you for your kind words. However, I'm not here to be a fashion plate, although it seems like this is kind of my lot in life, because I am actually styled by one of the most amazing stylists in the world, Donna Wade Nightingale, who if you don't know who she is, maybe you will soon, because I want to make her famous because of the way that she styles me. And pretty much everything you see me wear, everything from hats, eyeglasses, clothes, jewelry a lot of times, although this is my original bathing suit. But Donna was with me. We got these glasses at the thrift store. There is no reason to spend a lot of money to look good. And Donna has taught me how to do it on a budget. And actually, this woman has so many clothes that if I never buy anything else, I could just walk into Donna's closet and come out looking like $1,000,000. And she is always helping me. So yes, 800 new people, Jeannie. It is so exciting and so nice to know that my work is being noticed and now I can take memberships and everything. So thank you so much, Garvin. All right, so let's get down to it. I wanted to talk about anonymous sources. It was so interesting to me in the past few days. I'm not sure when this story hit, but I hear that former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer. Remember Ari Fleischer from back in the days? If you're of a certain age, you remember him well. Anyway, Ari Fleischer comes out and tells everybody that anonymous sources in magazine and newspaper articles and on TV, that that's pretty much lies. Thank you, Ari, for saying that, because and I don't know if you really understand what you're saying. It's kind of like you're saying the quiet part out loud, because in this day and age, it's all about the source who won't give their name. So you have to wonder, is this a real source? Is this a liar? You know, they'll say on conditions of anonymity due to they're not allowed to talk, you know, but they're talking. So you know that they are not trustworthy, that's for sure. Anybody who signs an NDA and then goes out and speaks to the press on conditions of anonymity is not a person that you want to trust in the first place. Clearly. Hello? But it is really wild to me, as a classically trained journalist, and I graduated in 1987 from the Scripps School of Journalism. That's right, the EW Scripps School of Journalism, one of the most important family newspaper names ever in this country's history. Very prestigious, just saying, the real thing. I am the real thing. And when I was in journalism school, we were told very clearly, you have to name your sources. Unless your name, well, thank you. And I am making an audio book, BG, so thank you for that, actually. That is, that's very nice to hear, because I am gonna do that. Yes, it does turn out that people love the sound of my voice and like to fall asleep to it, which is fine with me. Anyhow, what was I saying? So yeah, the unnamed sources. So these days, and when I was in college, in journalism school, we were taught that the Associated Press, Reuters, most important, you know, the AP style book, we lived by it. And now every article I see from Reuters and the Associated Press uses sources who will not be named. And it is very frustrating, because that tells me that y'all are liars. It's really bad. Wait, Muffin. Muffin's trying to escape. She wants so badly to go get her breakfast, but she's taking these meds that she cannot eat until 10 o'clock. So we get 20 more minutes, baby girl. Just 20 minutes if you can hang on. When she gets really hungry, she yells at me. She says, Mom, bruff, bruff, any food? Okay, so anyway, I was going to read some pertinent information from my other phone, my news source, but I can't do that. My hands are full with the baby here, and she is my very most important priority. There's nothing I wouldn't do for this dog. And if you have a dog that's the love of your life, then you understand where I'm coming from. And if you don't, then you think I'm crazy. And I might be a little bit crazy, but in a good way, because I love my dog. And she has outlived all of the people who, my parents, my grandparents, my husband, who passed away. So this dog, and my children, of course, do keep me going. So it's wonderful. Thank you, Tamara. Oh, I love you guys. You're so kind. You know, it's been kind of scary to come out on YouTube now, because YouTube feels like it's much more international and worldly than Facebook. I've been so used to Facebook, and I always have my people I've known for the past 10 years coming on my shows. Yes, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So I've built up a very nice following, and you can see those people here. They're still with me, like Tamara. And Barbara, and I didn't see who else is on it, and I can't scroll because hands full. Anyway, but being on YouTube and exposing myself to the world and having people that I've, you know, from countries some of them I've never even heard of, and sometimes writing in the language of those countries, but also sometimes saying things that are creepy and nasty and rude. So Hi, Pam. But those of you who are coming on today are all wonderful and kind and loving, and I really appreciate it. Because sometimes, you understand, Janet. Because sometimes you put yourself out there and the crazy people come out, and especially as a woman, you know, men are so misogynistic and you don't even realize it until you're a woman and you put yourself out there on the internet, and boy, oh boy, it's like, you just, you hear everything. You hear everything. People love to criticize you on your looks. And that's too bad, because in this world, what you look like is really not even close to half as important as what you are inside and what kind of person you are. And your, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, the content of your character, as opposed to the color of your skin or the wrinkles on your face. And I wear these wrinkles very proudly. I'm not ashamed of anything about myself, not one dang thing. So anybody can say anything to me. It doesn't ever hurt me, because I know who I am. And I know that I am the most loved daughter of the most important, most wonderful Father in heaven that I could ever imagine. So I'm not worried about what some troll says on the internet, but I just don't think that I don't think anybody should be subjected to that kind of abuse when it's totally unwarranted. So that's why I will throw people to the sharks and get rid of people who come on my page and are rude to me. So thank you, Garvin, very much. And you are so right about that. So I'm really happy to see nice people on my show this morning. I greatly appreciate it. Sometimes you lose your faith in humanity on the internet when you see these keyboard warriors who will say the craziest things. But you can't ever take it personally, and I never do. So, don't worry about me and what I'm going through, because I got enough in my own real life with the real people in my life who are sometimes less than kind. Just saying, no one can hurt you like your true friends and family, right? But no, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I have a lot of people in my life who love me and take very good care of me, and I am able to do what I love to do best, which is to be a writer, but also to be, I guess, what do they call it? Blogger, influencer. I don't know what the name is anymore, but somebody was saying today that I should go on local news or television or something. And yeah, I really don't want to do that. I would really rather kind of control everything myself, because I don't have any faith in the people on TV, and I don't watch television. And I think that anyone who's making a lot of money as a journalist is probably not doing it right. I really don't make very much money at all. However, since I've become a YouTube partner, now I do have the possibility to actually make money in doing what I love to do, which is great. And some people will inevitably put me down for it and tell me things like, get a real job. But I have to tell you what, I will pretty much humble myself in any way to, okay, I'll just tell you a little thing about me. So I grew up as a plastic surgeon's daughter. My mother never made me do chores. I didn't have to clean anything. Well, no, that's not true. She wanted me to keep my room tidy, and I wasn't very good at that, so we got in a lot of fights over it. But I was never really expected to do a lot as far as household things. I was very blessed that my parents raised me to do what I loved most, which was reading and writing. And I was in my own world, and I loved to sing, and I just was my own little self going around. I was very shy. I didn't talk to a lot of people, but I was always involved in something that had to do with reading or writing. I was always working on something. I started writing a book when I was 10 years old. It's never going to see the light of day, but I was always illustrating. I'm also an artist, so always doing these little girl, sorry Muffy, these little girl solitary things. So I was never the kid that put herself out there. And when I was 10 years old, I realized that my calling was to be a writer. And I also realized, though, that I wanted to write about really interesting things, so I needed to have a life worth writing about. And I must say that the things that have happened to me, even without me doing anything, are crazy. And on my show, The Beach Report, the past 10 years, people have actually seen some of these crazy things happen live. And you guys have been there. So hi, Leandro, so good to see you. I've got like all these new people who I'm starting to know. I'm so happy to see you guys. It's really interesting to be on this platform as opposed to Facebook, and to realize there's still a lot of people out there. We're making friends. All right, sometimes I meander and get off topic, but what were we talking about? Unnamed sources, right? And lies and innuendo. And I got to tell you, you will never get that on the Beach Report. I am wrong about things sometimes, and I will admit it. I'll be the first to admit it, actually. And when I get it wrong, it's because maybe I've been influenced and part of a scam. Not that I'm part of the scam, but that I got taken in by the scam. So I found that out actually this morning, that I was taken in by a scam, a very dangerous scam, that I'm so grateful that I did not pursue this any longer a long time ago. This happened like maybe 3.5 years ago. And it's a tool called a fascia blaster. Holy guacamole. I had no idea that this Ashley Black fascia blaster was something that will literally destroy your body, as opposed to getting rid of fascia and making you thin. That's something that I also is my pet peeve, making people pay to look good. Oh my gosh. It's the worst, and I have probably fallen for every scam out there. Diets and diet, not diet pills. I never took any diet pills. Well, maybe back in the day I did. I don't remember really ever taking any diet pills, though, fen or something. I never did that. But I did do things like, spend $400 on, what was it called? Optavia or something like that. And there was another one, Isogenics. I spent like $400 or $500 on that, where they sell you this horrible processed food that is supposed to be so great for you. But I'll tell you what, Isogenics, I'm going to say that $400, that was the last time I spent $400 or $500 or whatever on a diet. And I'm going to thank Optavia, because part of that diet was actually fasting. And I realized that if I could go for 24 hours without any food, and maybe I didn't need to spend any money on diets any longer, and I could just do things like fast. So that was, I think, in 2018, and I have never looked back, and I love intermittent fasting. And I will talk about it till I'm blue in the face and take no money whatsoever, because, again, I think it's crazy to make people pay to look good. And like that fascia blaster, you were literally paying like $80 for this piece of plastic that has destroyed women's bodies. And Ashley Black might come after me and try to sue me for saying this, because I understand she's super litigious and doesn't want to admit that she has made something that has destroyed people's lives. And I mean, you destroy someone's body, you're destroying their life. It's true. So anyway, I'm really glad that I didn't stick with that thing, where you rub your body with this like weird massage tool, and you're supposed to be getting rid of cellulite, but what you're really doing is causing your skin to fall off of your body, or that's bad. I'm really glad I didn't do that, especially because when you fast for a long-term fast, like 36 hours, I think, is the sweet spot. At least it is for me. This dog is getting super heavy. Muff, 7.5 pounds, and you're breaking my arm. Poor baby. Anyway, spending money on dieting is just wrong. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all for free, don't do it. The 36-hour fast will reset your gut microbiome. And that is super important. And another wonderful thing about fasting is that it kicks on something called autophagy, which I actually learned about again from isogenics. So that isogenics diet really did teach me a lot, teaching me never to do that again, but also teaching me, yes, Tamara, I know, like we've talked about it, it is so good for you. So when you kick your body into autophagy, which literally means eat oneself, and it's not like what I do when I chew at my fingers, which I do way too much and hurt myself. But anyway, autophagy is where your body is not bringing in any calories, so it takes that opportunity, because you don't have to digest any food, to go through and get rid of the bad cells in your body, the sick cells, the wrinkle cells, the maybe cancer cells, cells that don't belong there, that have outlived their usefulness. They get taken care of when you get into autophagy, which you can only do if you're not eating. So, and for some people, it sounds like crazy talk to not eat for any longer than 2 or 3 hours. Remember, back in the day, we were told that Optavia diet was all about, you must eat every 3 hours to keep your metabolism up. What a crock of BS that is. Because if you're eating every 3 hours, you're not keeping your metabolism up. You're actually turning on your insulin reaction. So every time insulin gets kicked off in your body, which happens whenever you eat food, especially with carbohydrates in it, well, that means that your body is being told to keep the food on. LaDonna's on. Woo woo! I love you. She is my very first membership. So LaDonna, girl, kisses to you. No, well, I'm talking about fasting. I'm not talking about the keto diet right now, but I must say that the keto diet is very interesting to me, and I have experimented with it for many years now. There's a problem with the keto diet. Thank you, LaDonna. If you are on the keto diet and you get yourself into ketosis, which means that your body is actually burning fat for fuel as opposed to making glucose and using carbohydrates for fuel, which is what you normally do. But if you turn your body into what they call a fat burner, then the second that you stop that and you eat those carbohydrates, it's over. It's just over. And if you put all your fat, if you're eating like high fat keto diet, and then you start adding in, I'm just gonna throw something out, candy corn. I don't know who would do that, but that's a recipe for disaster. So, you know, then putting together the fat and the carbs, you know, like they like to do with sandwiches, for instance. All that bread and all that meat smushed together, oh, it's just a recipe for becoming very fat. So you got to be really careful about that. And if you do get on a low-carb diet, you got to stay on a low-carb diet. And not that there's anything wrong with that, because I think you can eat quite well on a low-carb diet. But I found myself, even, I am addicted to carbs. Like, it's literally an addiction, and it's something I have to work on. So animal cuts work wonder, give your appetite in a good way and give you energy. I will look that up. I've never even heard of animal cuts, but I am going to check that out. Cuts do the job. What? So I love also talking about dieting and weight loss and stuff, because then you guys come up with things. And again, I don't think any of us should ever spend another penny on the weight loss industry, especially when you realize that the food you're eating is actually designed to make you addicted and make you fat and make you sick, so that you will then have to spend money on drugs like insulin. Oh, shooting yourself up with insulin. Oh, it's just so wrong, especially when you realize that fasting could literally end your diabetes, especially if you have diabetes from being fat, you know, the adult onset diabetes. Yeah, that's the big problem. All right, Muffin's trying to escape again. All right, sweet girl. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock, so she can go get her breakfast, because she's clearly looking for food. I call her Muffin the Mouth. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys a little bit and let you know that my memberships are active and I've already got 2 members. So we are going to start having a really great time and doing some things that, you know, other people can't get involved in Say Nasty Things to us for, and we'll be doing member only chats and stuff like that. So again, the trolls don't bother us. It's a shame that you have to do these things just to not be harassed by strangers, but you do what you got to do. Also, however, girls got to make a living, you know, and when I get these memberships, it's also YouTube that benefits from them. It's not just me. So you're paying for that as well. I'm paying for that as well. It's all good. I think that it's a great platform at this point. It wasn't always YouTube. Yeah, you didn't like me a few years ago. Boy, they'd come at me. We're banning you for 2 weeks because a year ago you went to a Trump rally. It's like, really? Like, who's even looking at these videos? There's nobody. It was crazy. But now YouTube, my new best friend, so what a difference a few years makes. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yes, here's Muffin, especially for you, my member, LaDonna. You have no idea how awesome that is to me that you joined my membership thing. I'm so happy and so excited to start doing things that I don't have to worry about people coming down on me and whatever. And I can read you stuff too that ain't nobody never heard before. It's gonna be fun. I have a lot of good plans, and I also want to, besides story times, I also want to start coaching people so that you can write your own stories, because and then I'll help you promote them too. I think we all need to work together. Exactly. So I'm gonna say ciao for now and give this sweet baby her breakfast. Are you hungry? My baby. I love her so much. It's ridiculous. I gotta put her down though to say goodbye to you. So ciao for now. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later on the next beach report. What's tonight? Monday. Oh, Monday I have a really good show for you this evening. So stay tuned for that. Ciao for now.